I would say that there are no known causes for mental illness. There are no known causes. There is nowhere that you have found any cause for mental illness. Upon research for several years, several revolutions and evolutions, none has shown any cause for mental illness. But then, however, we have risk factors that can bring about this particular disorder, which is the opposite of the mental health. And then some are genetic factors. When we talk of genetic factors, we are talking more of your genes, your inbuilt structures, the way God has created you, your genes embedded in you. You might already be made with that particular stressor that can be activated when you are born for you to be pushed into that situation of the disorder. Okay, and then under the genetic, you can also have the hereditary factors. Maybe because family member has it, you are also predisposed to having it. So these are genetic causes or genetic risk factors that can lead to the cause of the disorder. Okay. We also do have the brain chemistries. These are biological factors. Some people's brains are structured in such a way that as the time goes by, there are hormonal imbalances, or we have the neurotransmitters having imbalances. The neurons in the brain naturally or automatically fight themselves or are not able to transport information throughout the brain wall, which is due to imbalance of some chemicals. This too depends on your structure. This can also be a risk factor for you to go through this type of illness, which is known as the mental illness. Okay. We also do have early life exposures. There are some people that when they are being born, you realize that they are not born into healthy homes. Okay, so you realize that it's either a single parenting or parents undergoing divorce or children living with their closer relatives who don't really take good care of them or even abuse them. When they are being abused, they actually turn into a state of anxiety, which can also lead to depression, which is also one type of the disorder. Such people also are predisposed or at a higher risk of having this particular mental disorder. We also do have trauma. Trauma simply means a physical damage to the brain, okay, either physically or psychologically. Trauma, what type of trauma do you expose your brain to? Is it an accident? You can have a road traffic accident and then there could be a damage to your brain nerves. This one can also go a long way to trigger some disorders due to imbalancing of the neurotransmitters in your brain. Okay, we also do have substance abuse. These are lifestyles that people lead, misuse of substances such as alcohols, such as medications that are not prescribed. We have the cannabis. We have the popular one, which is in town now, known as red. Some people do call it Putin, which is, or some also call it 225 milligram. That is what's in vogue now. But to remind you, it is causing a great damage to the brain. And then we also do have social factors. We have social isolation. We live in communities that people want to be put in certain classes. Okay, so when they see you, they don't want to involve themselves with you, they want to sideline you, a form of stigma. So you realize that you tend to experience what we call social isolation. This can also lead to um, you having this particular disorder. It's a serious risk factor to bring that illness also. We also have socio-economic factors, which nowadays we all know the economy. Things are high. You know, this political issues ongoing. Everybody wants to fight for his or her political party. So everybody wants to be in power. And the same way things are going higher globally. So if you are not able to meet that demand of the economy, you also realize that you are being hit by that factor. That can also lead you to having some of these disorders as well. Then we have our nuclear families or extended. They are all under the social factors, your family members. There are some families that do not actually give us the love that we ought to be given. So you realize that you tend to question yourself. Am I really the daughter or the son of this particular parent? Or am I coming from this particular family? No. Then you try to be questioning yourself throughout your life. You are unstable, and then hence this disorder can also set in. So these are the very few risk factors or causes or queried causes we can say bring about the mental illness. Yeah, thank you.